So let's start things off with a show of hands. Who here on average drinks at least one caffeinated beverage per day?
Put your milligrams.
All right, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so obviously we have some caffeine drinkers in here. You should all know I'm one of them. Rockstar sitting on the table back there. Evidence. Anyway, so I on average drink between 5 and 8 caffeinated beverages per day. Not healthy. I don't recommend following in my footsteps on that, but I will be talking to you about potential benefits of caffeine and how they can help you in your project. But first, I'd like to start with the life of a project. We've all probably seen this before. It's hanging in most of the rooms here at Met, printed out on a sheet of paper. It's the life of a project, all the way from this is the best idea ever to this is going to take some work to my personal favorite, the dark night of the soul. And then all the way up to completion. Now, I would like to throw in the caffeine consumption during said time, at least for someone like me. During said intervals, caffeine consumption probably looks something like this. Now, as you can see, as things get more difficult, caffeine consumption goes up to a very unhealthy level by the time of the dark night of the soul. Like I said, don't follow in my footsteps. But caffeine can help you with your projects. Overall, let's talk about some productivity levels. Let's say this is the span of a day or so, and the with caffeine person is someone who drinks slightly less caffeine than I do. The without caffeine person is someone who drinks little to no caffeine. Now, the without caffeine person's productivity levels probably look something like this. It goes up, they're relatively productive, fluctuates a little bit, and then they stop. Pretty steady overall. While the person who does drink caffeine, their productivity levels probably look something like this. As you can see, it's more erratic, but overall it's more productive. And there's more time spent being productive. Here's why. Let me point out the sleep points. Obviously, the person who doesn't consume caffeine will get more sleep than the person who does consume caffeine, but the person who consumes caffeine spends more time working if they use that time wisely. Overall, they're going to get more done. Now, let's talk about the quality of a project over time. Let's say this is the span of the entire project. It could be any project. It could be a few day-long project, week-long project, or like the year-long projects that we have here at Met. The without caffeine person, their project quality over time probably looks something like this. Obviously, you start with nothing. There's some fluctuation. Relatively steadying out towards the end, and then maybe a little spike towards the end as you add a little details. While the with caffeine person, their project quality probably looks something like this. As you may have noticed, it does spend a relatively large amount of time of lower quality, but there is a nice spike towards the end where the quality goes up. And here's why. This is the project completion points. The person who does consume caffeine probably completes the project sooner than the person who doesn't consume caffeine. Now, in terms of minimal requirements, when the project is completed, the quality is a little lower, yes. But if you use that extra time wisely, you can make your project better than you could have imagined. You can apply critical thinking, problem solving. You can work out all the little details that you may have missed before. And during said process, you can add even more little details to your project that you may not have planned, and then your project will probably turn out better or as good as you planned originally, hopefully. Obviously, nothing really goes to plan usually in life. That's how things work. But make it the best that it can be. If you use caffeine wisely, it could look something like that. If you don't use the extra gap in time wisely, you're going to end up with a lower quality project. If that's what you're going for, then that's fine. Good for you. But if you want to make your project the best that it can be, then you can use caffeine to help you if you use it in a healthy and beneficial way. You can use caffeine and it will allow you to make your project probably better than you could have imagined. Overall, caffeine could be beneficial